The dogs are doing a sound check for me. How you doing, everybody? What's going on? Welcome to Keeping It Shrimple, episode 51. Woohoo! We made it past the 50 mark, and the dogs are excited about it too, obviously. So, what's going on? What are we going to talk about? What are we going to have fun with? Well, the title says Caridina shrimp, clown killifish, German rams, and more. So we'll get to that once everybody starts settling in and all that fun stuff. So for now, how about I say some hellos besides the hello and introduction I just made? It's been quite a week and a half. Yeah. Beta Aquatics, hello. Silver Creek, what's up? Frank Basanta, hello. Thank you for the email you sent. That was awesome. Shooter's Range, here. I love shrimp. Derek Simmons, hello. Big Shrimpin'. Vinotsky, hello. What's up? Mississippi Hippie, hi, Sherry. Craig Donaher, hello. Matt, Big Papa. I like it when they call me Big Papa. Kiss my grits, Eduardo. Eduardo. Thank you for the gift membership to Poseidon's Pets. That was awesome. Very awesome of you. So you are allowed to say kiss my grits once and only once. Bunny Viper, hello. I love shrimp. Yes. I amazing people at Shrimp Envy, Rob and Cherie. Oh my goodness. I just was tickled pink that I love shrimp hashtag was used for their special that they had. And if you missed it, shame on you. And honestly, shame on me because I missed it too. And I wanted some shrimp. I really did. But work threw me off. It messed me up a little bit. Hashtag shrimp envy. Beautiful. I love it. Thanks, Kyle. What's up? Skitty Nana, Jeff Kane, John Best. Wow, everybody's starting to get in here. I need to shut my mouth, pay attention. New Local Austin, BJ Palmer, Only Oscars, Rob, hello, Amber, Yellowstone, Mandy. Wow, everybody's jumping in here. Hello. So the giveaway at Poseidon's Pets tonight was pretty cool. Some food fight from Shrimp Envy, which I'd love to have me a sample pack or 12. So I could test it out and share the information with all of my curious watchers, you know. That's my story and I'm sticking to it, Rob. Yes. Let's see who else came in here. I love shrimp. I need samples. Everybody needs samples. Danikin, hello. Kenny. Strictly for research, yes. Pile Aquatics, Jamie A. Who eats shrimp? I have to admit and be honest, I do. Not these shrimp, though. No way. It'd take like thousands of them to have a meal. Oh, man, you said it again. Kiss my grits. So, since the giveaway, I hope that my emails reached every one of the winners that is waiting for a giveaway product from me, including shrimp. I apologize that I didn't get them out the following Monday, but that Friday I was informed that I was offered the job and I started on Monday. And let me tell you, it kind of kicked my butt, 12-hour days and not 12-hour days of working. 12-hour days of 2 hours driving to the job and 2 hours driving home from the job. And that is one of the worst things that I wish on anybody. For 30 miles, 2 hours. The way that I go and the time that I go in the morning is like the worst time to be on Dallas Fort Worth highways. It's horrible. So, yeah, that Monday I was totally flabbergasted. And then it just went on through the week. By Friday, I could barely move because I'm an old man. And apparently, I was doing things that my body hasn't done in a really long time. So I started having some back pains and issues that really put me down for the weekend. So here we are. It's this week now. But unfortunately, that job is not for me. So I have to make a choice. And if anybody knows me well enough, I am very, very particular about doing what I love and loving what I do. And I did not love doing what I was doing. So I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to torture myself that way. Plus, I got some news from my cardiologist, and I'm going to have a little tiny, teeny procedure. And hopefully that will fix me for good as long as I do what I'm supposed to do. So that's been my week and a half. And now I'm ready to put that all behind me and talk about shrimps and killifish and German rams and guppies and aquariums and all that fun stuff. Is that cool? Does that sound like fun? And plus, all of you winners, you are getting your stuff. I did manage to do this on this past weekend. I have not been to Jadron Aquatics in a couple of weeks because, well, there's really not enough orders to justify me going in. So that's why I also needed another source of income because the orders are real slow right now. But tanks aren't being maintained like they are when I'm there. So I went to the shop and I made sure that every one of you who has shrimp coming to you, I now have the shrimp in my possessions. So I did a lot of work around here, setting up a couple of little tanks, setting up some breeder boxes. I got all kinds of stuff. I have probably 50 or 60 PBLs in a tank over here. Um, Probably 100 Blue Dreams up here. Probably 30 orange Sunkists. About 50 PB or PRLs. What else? Oh, the red pandas are over there. So that's all of you winners. I have all of your shrimp here, and I will get it all packaged up and shipped out Monday. Unless something happens, that is my intention. So just wanted to make sure all of you knew all of the stuff are here. Hash browns. I love shrimp. Love it. What's up, Steven? Hey, Joseph. What? What? You working? I will get better. It's all okay, really. A little tiny procedure, yes. So everybody remembers I went to the ER like a couple of weeks ago because I was having some issues. Well, it wasn't just my ticker; it was everything else. I had a earache. I had teeth that were just extracted. So I was dealing with all kinds of pains, and I think all of that together um, caused me to freak out a little bit. So all my tests are normal. The cardiologist that I saw on Monday said everything's normal, but I shouldn't be experiencing any pain. So he's going to go in and make sure that whatever it is causing the pain is taken care of. Easy, quick, and as long as I eat well and take care of myself and take my medicines for the rest of my life, I should be okay for the next some odd, hopefully. But thanks to you, I have no worries. I'm having so much fun. I love shrimp. We all love shrimp. And hopefully, like, it was really cool to hear Dee Dee or see her type in chat in lots of rabbit food. Yeah, I know. Yeah. But it was funny to hear Dee Dee say, I'm building a rack for 3 10-gallon aquariums because I'm tired of keeping my shrimp in the 2.5-gallon tanks. So, in a sense, Dee Dee is expanding her shrimp room. I love it. Woohoo! She's got the bug. If your cardiologist said that you were normal, you better get a new cardiologist. My tests were normal, Matt. My therapist and psychiatrist and psychologist do not call me normal. Not that I have any of those. Or wait, do I? Or maybe that's the other me. Just kidding. Just kidding. I do need help. Obviously, I'm here with all of y'all. You need to feed yourself as healthy as you feed your shrimp, right? That's a good idea. So I'm going to start eating shrimp envy. See if that helps my nutritional value, the color, and my exoskeleton. That's funny. Dee Dee needs to feed us better when she has us arrested. I agree. Me, myself. Hey, man, we all need to take care of each other. Envy smoothie. Oh, my goodness. I'd laugh if you develop something like that. You should do it out of, since everybody says, I don't know myself, I haven't tried it, but everybody says that shrimp envy complete doesn't taste that bad. So make a shrimp envy complete smoothie for humans. We'll get it sponsored by the American Heart Association. Teeny tiny procedure. So something with the southern region. Yeah. You're funny, Matt. Time him out. Somebody, please time him out. No, I'm just kidding. I don't do that. I enjoy the banter. I don't envy the people who have to taste test that smoothie. We're going to send it to you, Stephen P. You're the one that does all of the taste tests. I mean, you did have some of the rapashi, correct? Hi, I'm Rob, and I have an addiction to shrimp. Yep. Hey, we all do. That does happen, and we need to start a group like that because it does become a kind of an obsession when you start with small tanks, and then I'm going to get a little bit bigger tanks because they're growing, and I need more. I need more space, and then I have so many different colors and strains. I need to get more tanks, and so you get more tanks, and it starts off with 2.5, 5 gallons, 10 gallons, 20 longs, 29 gallons, 40 breeders. And the next thing you know, you're an addict. Yes, I am an addict. Must get all the colors. Who is that? Wait. Hey, Ricky. How's it going? Going good. So, in the process of moving all of my shrimp, it's a gamble. Every time you move shrimp from tank to tank, it's a gamble. Every time you put them in a bag and sell them to people, it's a gamble. I feel pretty confident because when I went back to the shop, the undergravel filtration, the sponge filters, and the way I was using the internal box filters with substrate, the water looked phenomenal. Yes, it was a little bit low because everything on the shrimp rack that I built at Jadron Aquatics is on manual system. I didn't want it on the automated system. I wanted to take care of it myself. But the filtration of the underground filtration and then also the box filters, those tanks are pristine. Everything is so healthy. The water is healthy. The parameters were great. TDS was a little bit high, but I topped it off a little bit. But I had no concerns with any of the shrimp, the plants, the driftwood, the mosses. I took as much as I could because that's one of the things that I like to do is bring the shrimp. And it's something, and I've moved shrimp a lot. We all know this. So bringing in the balls of Sawassertang that those shrimp came in, like I did with the PBLs and the driftwood that was in the tank with the PBLs. That's what I brought over to this tank. And I think doing that as a best practice is a good thing to do and incorporate, because I had zero loss. Zero loss. Not any of them, not the Neos, not the Caridinas. No shrimp died in the process. And I feel good about that because I've moved shrimp a lot. I've usually had losses. But this time I thought ahead to make sure I brought mosses and plants and driftwood from the tanks that they were in. And I think that helped. What do you, I mean, has anybody done that before? Moving them from an aquarium to a different aquarium? You know, yes, we do our best to get everything just right, but that can't always happen, especially when you're in a pinch like I was. I went up to the shop. I spent about 6 hours getting what I could and bringing it back. And then I spent the next day getting them all in their homes. I've switched over 4 more tanks last night with the box filter substrate. Awesome. It's really good. And I have one of the box filters in this tank right here. Oh my goodness, the water is unbelievably clear. It's hard to see, so I'm going to bring the camera up to it the best I can. Whee! Let's see, how does that look? Can I get more cord? Can I pull it closer? So I know it's crooked. I'm trying. There we go. If you could see in there, I have my killifish, clown killifish. I did not bring the baby fry that were in the tanks. I left those at the shop because I did not want to move the fry. I've done that before and I lose them every time. So I left them there in the tank to grow up a little bit. But the water is just pristine. And that's all I'm using is the box filter. It has substrate, and then I cut out a fluval filter pad that has the microfiber on one side and a little bit more coarse filter fiber on the other side. And I put that on the very top. And I used a zip tie to hold the top down, the lid. Let me see if I can show you the zip tie. Because that zip tie right there makes all of the difference in the world. That holds the lid in place, kind of locks it down. So that way, when you're removing the filter or the filter box, it's not gonna pull out and spill substrate all over your tank. But it's beautiful. I'm so impressed. You know, again, this is under gravel filter system with a sponge filter. The water is pristine. I have a little bit of hair algae back there on the Java fern, but the shrimp are happy. They're breeding. I have several buried shrimp in this tank. And as a matter of fact, all of the tanks have buried shrimp. The PRLs are up here with under gravel filters. Ooh, how do I get it? There we go. These also have under gravel filters, and the water again, it's just beautiful. Over here, the PBLs are in a fluval flex tank. They're beautiful. I love my little aquariums. They're really cool. I'm going to turn this light off because it makes me look yellow. It's weird. Dun, dun, dun. How'd you like that little quick tour around? But I have, let's see, the 9-gallon, 4-gallon, 4-gallon, 20 long, 10-gallon. I have a 2.5-gallon on this side, two little those little 1 gallon Betta containers, 2 5 gallons and a 2.5 gallon with Caridina shrimp, Neo Caridinas, clown killifish, black German rams, and guppies. Everything's breeding. And that's what I wanted to talk about. Because it's not just shrimp. I love my shrimp, but I love my aquariums. And plants and fish actually are what got me into shrimp. I love the yellow aquariums too. Let's see. Everybody's talking. I got to catch up. I got a random orange really, and I'm trying to breed it. You know what was really cool? In my blue jelly tank at the shop, they had a bunch of babies and a bunch of shrimplets swimming around. And I noticed like it wasn't a red really, but it was a red shrimp. And it looked like a blue jelly body, the way it's kind of you see through. But it was red. It was really cool. So I took it out and put it in the cherry tank. Let's talk about shrimp, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Doop 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 doop. Yeah, stick to my day job, right? Yeah.
I love shrimp. Who else loves shrimp? I love shrimp. Who else loves shrimp?
Keeping shushed, Dee Dee is singing. Thanks, Dee Dee. So, I mentioned that the clown killifish, I brought him over here and I did not bring the fry. Yes, I was able to successfully breed clown killifish again. And this time it blows my mind again because in my video series that I did, I was talking about the water and I paid so much attention to the water and the water clarity and how clean it was and low TDS. And that I thought was my success to having many fry in that tank. This one's a 2.5 gallon. There's no filtration in it at all. It's one of the ones that I was running without filtration. I had 5 aquariums, all 2.5 gallons. 1, 2, 3 of them with no filtration, and 2 of them with the box filters. 4 out of the 5 pristine. This tank in particular, though, had that green algae. Kind of like when you first set up a tank and it's that slimy green algae stuff. So I didn't think that they were actually going to produce fry. And they did. And when I noticed it, there's nothing I can do. I can't remove that algae because I think that's where the eggs are all scattered. And seeing the fry in there, I don't want to try to remove the algae and accidentally pull out any eggs or anything like that that may still be developing. So I left that tank alone. And I'm going to see if those baby will grow out. The baby fry will grow out, so I can actually harvest them and get them into a grow out tank here. So that's really cool. But I don't know. Now I'm confused because my whole theory on the first video series was that the clean water made the difference and the amount of plants that I had in the tank and top floating plants that gave the fry a lot of cover. This one is just algae and some pearl weed that has algae all around it. It looks like a big giant algae ball. And it's producing. So it's confusing me. What do you guys think? I mean, does the water make that much of a difference? I don't know now. Well, let's see. Let me catch up. Everybody's just going off. Okay. Let's see. I have one of my 11 that always struggles with cloudiness and the shrimp reproduce crazy. I get it. I, when you have multiple tanks, isn't it strange how you can think that you set them all up identical, but then there's always this one that's giving you issues? Whether it's the light, whether it's the food, whether it's the flow, I don't know. That seems to be the case, but that's how it was in this rack. That the 2.5 gallons, all clown killifish pairs. This one tank was green algae. All the rest were crystal clear, whether they had filtration or not. I guess I had the right balance of plants. My shrimp tank is 850. Wow, that's crazy. But hey, if it's working for your shrimp and they've adapted to it, that's the thing. That's the key. As much as we focus on the water and the parameters for certain things, is it just a matter of, and I know it's not with everything, some things are very sensitive, but is it just a matter with certain species that as long as the water is right for them, they can reproduce and thrive, and not so much for us? Does that make sense? I have no idea what's sending it so high. That's crazy. I've learned here that this well water, as much as I thought it'd be safe because it's well water, it is extremely, extremely bad water. When I use one of these. I watched a video from Texas Fish Room, who makes my who made my shirt, by the way. Texas Fish Room, 712 Apparel. Ding, shameless plug. But I use these aquarium strips, 7-in-1, right? And for me, they are easy to read, and I'm colorblind, so it makes a difference. And these work for me, okay? But you see the scale right there. On the bottom three, it's alkalinity, carbonate hardness, and pH. When I test my well water, it's over here in these numbers. pH is way high. Um, the alkalinity and the KH through the roof. So I run everything through my RODI system, and it works. You know, I just remineralize. If it's neos and fish and guppies, I remineralize with GHKH. If it's caridinas and my clowns, is just GH. Clown killifish, by the way. For most shrimp, it's all about stability rather than specific parameters. There are some that are sensitive, but stability with no swings in parameters are key. That is very true. See, we have some very knowledgeable people come on and hang out with us, and that's why I love this so much. But it's very true. It's more about the stability. That's why a lot of times us shrimpers are so, I don't know, what's the word? We're like, we check with our TDS pen, and that's about it, because we know what's in our water, and we know that that's the main thing. If the TDS is at certain levels, the swings are less likely, unless there's a death, unless they're overfed. Those things can cause the swings. Even stuff like accidentally leaving your light on for the weekend while you went away and coming back, and all of a sudden you have green tanks everywhere, and it throws your parameters off and you get swings. Those are the things that the shrimp do not like. So I agree. It's more about stability rather than certain parameters. You know, and that's why I say, for me, I do it. I keep it shrimple, and just go with I can tell when my shrimp aren't happy. Does that make any sense? Shrimpers will understand. Eric, I just think it's, you know, you get a feel for it. You kind of, I can tell when my shrimp are happy. And it's usually when they're all swimming around and grazing and they're everywhere, all over the tank. When I look in my tank and I know I have 40, 50 shrimp in there and I can't find any of them, something's wrong. That's when I go and say, "What's wrong? What's wrong, shrimpies? You're not out playing." I consider it kind of like if there's a thunderstorm outside and the parameters are not like usual sunny normal day, there's a thunderstorm. So everybody's inside. Well, that's the same thing in the aquarium. Something is happening. And so everybody's in shelter. They're taking cover. But that's just me. I'm not going to get all technical, but you know, go with the flow, man. Keep it shrimple. Smash that like button, y'all. Woohoo! What's up, vibes? Thank you, Cherie. Perfect sense. Ding. So look, they are laughing. Okay, look over here. I I was kind of devious and sneaky with my product placement. So I'm sure I'm sure everybody recognizes this packaging. Complete envy. My shrimp love it. This is awesome stuff. Kind of hard to break up. I don't have fingernails and I don't have the best teeth. But I also have a Haiger LED digital display dual heater, oval heater. This is a little gift from Frank Haiger. I was contacted. We had some discussions. He gave me a choice of some products. I posted his poster, the Haiger poster for their LED light on my Facebook. And I'm going to start working with Haiger a little bit because they have some stuff that I want to check out. They have some stuff that I'm interested in. A heater, although I'm a shrimp keeper, may not seem like something I would use, but I need a heater for my German rams. And to be able to breed my German rams, I have to keep temperature at a certain level. So a little nano type heater with a digital display, maybe this is something that will work for me. So shameless plug for Haiger there. I got some stuff, some other stuff coming, some filtration. I'm going to try one of their new filters. It's not a sponge filter, but it is air powered. I want to give that a try. It looks interesting to me. I'd like to hotbox that and, use it in a capacity for shrimp. Now, let's see. I like Haiger lights. I honestly, I haven't tried them yet. I've tried other Haiger products like their dual sponge filters. And okay, so I'm going to give away one of my ideas. The substrate thing, the undergravel filtration method, using the substrate as the media to help stabilize the pH and get surface contact around all of the substrate to get more effective use out of it, I guess is the long way to say it. So they make those sponge filters, Haiger does, that come with a media container. What if, instead of the media that comes with it, we put substrate in it? Huh? Huh? See? I got tricks. Haiger did not do well for my plants, and the heater was off by 4 degrees. Cool. I get it. Someone told Jerry what hot box means. Hi, Michelle. Can I show the heater again? Yes, I can. It is wrong way. Higer LED digital display oval heater. I have not unboxed it yet because I want to do an unboxing video. So I haven't opened it yet. I haven't looked at it or anything. But here's the product features. Let me see if I can get that. Stop showing my face. Whee. Can you read that? There it goes. Fully submersible LED digital temperature display, external temperature touch controller, plastic protective sleeve, explosion proof quartz heating tube, safety control protects against running dry, shuts off automatically when water level dips too low, accurate and extended duration, small shape is ideal for small aquariums, suitable for fresh and salt water. We'd also wish you'd stop showing your face. I love you, Matt. I have two of those heaters, real good. I've had them for 6 months now. Okay. I thought I'd give it a try, you know. I thought of making box filters from display cases, but haven't found a super cheap one yet that's at least 4 inches. I have found the ones that you can get for softballs. Um, or there's another one. I think it's a little bit bigger. They make a 6 inch one, 6 by 6 by 6 box. You can find them at Hobby Lobby in their display cases. And that I thought about doing that too. That's why I know this because I've been looking. And what I realized was that why not just use a box filter? It's already made. It's already, we can get 2 by 3 by 3, 4 by 4, 5 by 5. They make them in various sizes and just use substrate instead of, and like I said, it's already made. Instead of paying $15 for the under gravel system that most people are buying, or $20, whatever they're spending, and then buying the glass and siliconing it and doing all of that, just buy a $8 box filter. So that's why, using that concept, it makes sense to take the double sponge filters like Higer has and put substrate in the bottom. It would do the same thing, I'm thinking. You know, I kind of want to test that. Hey, Crowntail. I'm a Higer ambassador. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. It's kind of cool. Like I said, it's been about 3 weeks that I've been exchanging emails with Frank Higer. And, you know, it it's cool. And I want to test out some of their products. So, of course, for shrimping purposes and fish keeping purposes, obviously. Where'd I put the heater? I might eventually get a light too. Later, vibes. I have two of those units. They work great, especially when you do a water change, auto shut off. See, that's something. I was changing water in my ram tank earlier before the stream, and I was taking the water out, and then I was like, oh, don't forget. And I had to unplug the heater, because you don't want it to run dry. So that, I think that auto on off feature is really good for water chains. I agree. I made the glass version for $8 for 3 tanks, and I got to choose the depth. That's cool. And I thought about doing that too, but again, that's in trying to keep with the methodology of just keeping it as shrimple as possible. Those are the kinds of cheats that I'm looking for, and that I know that are available to everybody, no matter your skill level, no matter your age. That it's something that you can kind of plug and play. And anytime I can find something like that, anytime I can find a product that I think makes something more of a plug and play, then yeah, it fits my keeping it shrimple mentality. And it that's kind of, I'd rather I try it and fail than everybody else try it and have failure. Leave that stuff to me. I'll be the mad scientist. I'll try. I'll experiment with, maybe stuff that isn't so expensive. I'm not going to get too crazy, y'all. I do love my shrimp, and I don't want to do any harm to my shrimps. And as a matter of fact, the last time we were streaming, somebody was talking about feeder shrimp for their fish and all that stuff. And somebody was bringing up, yeah, just feed them your wilds or, your culls and stuff like that. And you know what? That made me think. I was like, oh, I don't know how comfortable I am with doing that as much as, yes, I understand it's a natural process, you know. But what if there was like a shrimp rescue that everybody could send all of their unwanted wild cull shrimp and send them to a shrimp rescue, and then we'd have like millions and millions of shrimp. Wouldn't that be kind of cool? Big shrimping? Yes, I am experimental. If you go if you go check out my music on Reverb Nation, my jerry rigged music, it says experimental because it is. And I am. How is the fluval biosubstrate doing so far? Honestly, it is. I have no complaints. I haven't had any issues. Using it in all of those nano tanks has been just marvelous. Like I said, they're breeding. The shrimp are breeding. I brought several tangerine tiger shrimp that were buried in one of the 2.5 gallons with the clown killifish. The other places I've used it in the 10-gallon tank that I put the undergravel filtration system. I was so torn because I didn't think to get video before I tore that tank down. Now it's still set up. It's just got water substrate in it, no shrimp, nothing in it, because I took everything with me when I brought the shrimp. And I have all of the shrimp in this tank that were in that 10-gallon red fancy tigers. But it was amazing. It looked amazing. I'm so impressed. And I used a mixture of the biostratum and stratum. I have had no issues. Now, maybe down the road, I might start seeing some issues, but so far, I have nothing but good things to say. The pH has been phenomenal for the Caridina shrimp. I'm getting 5.8 to 6.2 on my pH consistently, and some tanks even 5.6 on my pH. Just depends on how much substrate I used. I have my coals go live in my 55-gallon until they die or are sold. Awesome. Time out, everybody. In the middle of my stream, I'm being asked a question. Sure. Thank you. My soda. If I make a shrimple guide, would you give it an experimental go? Yes, I would. My spans the length perfect. Yes, that's awesome. How funny. If you don't hear from me next week, it's likely because I started Cherie's Shrimp Rescue and got in trouble with Rob. That's funny. You're so awesome. Oh, that's so cool. But yeah, the biostratum for my shrimp Actually, to be honest, I've in all of the new tanks I've set up, it's been the small tanks are all biostratum. Oh no, I can't say that. They're a mixture. They're a mixture of biostratum and fluval stratum um, in all the tanks across the board. All the 2.5 gallons, which there were 7 of them on the rack, and a 10 gallon, and then I think it was a 6 gallon cube, 5 gallon aquarium. Those the 5 gallon aquariums in the tub were had neos, so it was just play sand or pool filter sand. But I use it even for albino guppies. So I learned a trick. I've always had a hard time with albino guppies. Um, it just it just seemed like they were kind of sensitive. So I switched gears. I don't know what prompted me to do it. I think it was out of need that I put some in a active substrate tank that had some Caridina shrimp in it, and they thrived very, very well. So I'm thinking that with these guppies in particular, I use a little bit more of a Caridina type water situation. And it seems to be they're thriving, they're having babies, um, and they're beautiful. So I'm thinking that might be something. I'm still trying to give them a little bit of calcium and carbonate hardness by using the salty shrimp KHGH, just so that way it's not strictly Caridina water that I'm trying to put guppies in. But it seems to be working. I'm impressed. And maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just that I'm an idiot and I don't know how to keep albino guppies. But for me, they've been a little bit more difficult than regular guppies. Anybody else have any of that? Have tried with albino guppies or maybe experienced something different? It just seems to me, these in particular, they seem to like the softer water versus hard water. I have my guppies with coral. Maybe that'll help. Yeah, well, like when I lived in Arkansas and I was talking to the 400 plus aquarium fish store owner, Pets and Things. Um, I did a fish tour there. It was an awesome place. But I was talking to him, and in Arkansas, the water was so soft. It was coming out like 33 TDS out of the tap. So he said he had to use Wonder Shell in all of his aquariums. He even made his own um, calcium blocks, and he'd put them in his aquariums. That was the only way he could keep his guppies and his endlers. So I've always assumed that that's the way to go. I'm just thinking maybe not so much. Maybe the albino, and again, the ones that I have, they seem to be doing well in about 200 TDS, 220 TDS versus others that I've kept normally around 300, 350. But that's just me. Again, I'm learning just like everybody else, and I love learning. There's no way I'll ever say I know everything because I don't. The only thing I do know is there's way more that I don't know. Fact. I have my guppies with coral. Yeah. I mean, again, unless anybody else has said anything else, I'm going to try it. Again, I'm going to be experimental, and I'll go through the heartache if there's any instead of you. And then I'll share that information with you. That's the way I roll. Some of you got it, some of you didn't.
I love shrimp. Who else loves shrimp? I love shrimp. Who else loves shrimp?
How about that? So I have a question. Anybody in the stream familiar with Mark Shelley Aquatics? And I like more than just watch his videos and stuff. Like, can anybody know him? Know him? Kyle, I know you talked to him. Um, I want to get him on a stream. I'd love to pick his brain a little bit. I know you guys would too. He probably has a lot of useful information that we could all learn from. But I'd like to get him on a stream. What do you think? Would that be cool? Get him up? Yes, yes. I think it'd be cool. I mean, like I said, I always love learning, and he seems to be very adept with breeding his neos and his plecos. He also breeds plecos, which that's another thing. I happen to have 3 pairs of plecos now, 2 long fin lemon blue-eyed plecos, 2 short fin lemon blue-eyed plecos, and 2 snow white plecos. And the snow white are so white. Oh my goodness, they're beautiful, beautiful plecos. I've message talked to him, but not met. He helps everyone. Yeah, and I made a comment on one of his videos that I'd love to get him on a stream, and he said that would be fun. So I just got to find out. I can't hear. Um, I got to find out if I can get um, his email or something like that. It's probably markshellyaquatics at gmail.com. But Papa Shrimp spoke with Bob Moss. His wife just had the baby, so he is too busy. Yeah, I get it. That was something I saw a community post from Shrimp Mania. He just had a baby as well, so he's pretty tied up. You know, it's a life changing experience. I get it. I get it. For me now, though, at my age, it's a life changing experience when I have another grandchild. I already have 4, and they're beautiful. Oh my goodness! Don't don't let me go there. I'll get all emotional. I love my little kiddos. But yeah, I want to get Mark Shelley on here. Is your Gmail the channel name? My Gmail is papashrimpaquatics at gmail.com. I keep trying to talk him to enter his shrimp in Aquashella. Okay. Yeah, I'll go to his website. Yeah, I'll go to his website. But I'd like to get him on here, talk to Kyle. Um, I'd love to have Grant and Shelby up again. I haven't had Grant on in like over a year. Is that a prompting for more grandkids? Well, my youngest, who is in college right now, Joey, he, I'm sure I'll get more grandkids from him. So I'm just preparing myself. I don't think my older boys will have any more children. I think they were good with the 2 that they have each. Um, yeah, so both my sons have 2 kids themselves. Woo. So yeah, there's this is the and more part of the title of the stream. Okay, so we talked about breeding Caridina shrimp a little bit, and like I said, everything that I have is buried. I have buried PBLs, buried PRLs. I have some buried pintos. I have some buried tangerine tigers, um, buried fancy red tigers at the shop. Oh, and plenty of buried neos, plenty at the shop. Everything's buried and having shrimplets everywhere. It's kind of cool. Got to get Motor City back. Yeah, I'd love to, and I've tried to talk to him a couple of times, but I think he's I don't know. I think he's putting the focus on the family right now, and that's you can't blame him for that. The work that he started doing once he got back to work kind of took him away from everything aquariums, and now his available time is spending with his family and with Luke and just enjoying life in general. So I don't know if he'll come back on live with me or not at some point, or maybe even get on YouTube himself. But I think right now he's just taking a break from it all. More grand shrimplets. Yes, yes. Oh, I miss little Luke too. I know. I need to send Brian a sticker because I never sent Luke his sticker last year. I'll send him a magnet too. I love my granddaughter so much. I have one granddaughter, three grandsons. So she's the little princess of the family. Yes, they are. So yeah, if any of y'all have any of your favorite shrimpers that you would love to get up here, or if any, I'd love to get Rob and Cherie. I don't know. I've never seen y'all do any live streams, but I love to have a chat with y'all. I really would. That'd be cool. You know, it's kind of crazy how much you mean to me now, and not just in a shrimp world sense. I really do consider you friends, family slash friends. It's amazing. They're incredible people. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Rob is camera shy. Not that I saw in the pictures from Fishtoberfest. That's what you can do. You can send me stills, and I'll put the stills up, and then I'll get you on speakerphone. We can work this out. We can make it happen. Yes, we can. Everything's impossible until it isn't. That's funny. So, what did we learn today? I don't know if we learned anything at all, but I do believe the under gravel filtration and using the box filters is just a really simple way to get the same effect as if you were to build a custom tank, put a custom partition, um, build a box, buy a display case, whatever the case may be. um, I really think that there are other simplified methods and they work. It's old school technology. The under gravel filter place, that's old school technology, but it's always been my favorite and it is quickly becoming my favorite filtration system again. It just it's amazing. The box filters, I remember those from when I was a kid and I had my first aquarium. That's old school technology. And I am very, very impressed with the way they work by using substrate inside as the media. So, really cool stuff. Um, I believe in it, and I would have no issue recommending that to everybody out there. Um, and I believe it's a really good way, like Dee Dee did, is using the box filter in a tank once the tank gets cycled and being able to take that box filter and put it in another aquarium that you're starting and put your shrimp in it. Now, whether you can do that within like minutes or seconds or I don't know, I've had success doing it within 24 hours after setting up a tank. But that's just me. I do not recommend that to anybody else. But I do recommend using those filtration methods. I do recommend trying to put substrate in a double sponge filter if you have the type that has the little canister on the bottom for filter media. Try using substrate. See how that works. See how that stabilizes your pH. I think it'll work. I think it'll work well. I think your shrimp will be happy. Got to pick your brain on a mic to use and camera phone setup. Yes, it just shows a pic. They would exactly. On a shrimp lolly, that's even better. I'll put it in the aquarium. The shrimp lolly with his picture of his face on it. The sex of shrimp is determined by temperature. But what is the line between male and female? That is very interesting because that's something that I have heard too, that the temperature determines the sex. Do I know where that line is and the temperatures? No. And why? Because I don't want to get that caught up. I don't want to get that caught up into it. I like to keep a window and let them be and let nature do its work. The less I have to intervene and create parameters or an environment, I that's where I think we mess up sometimes. You know what I mean? I'd rather just keep it shrimple. I'm not going to worry about it. I know I keep my tanks somewhere between 68 and 70 degrees, and seems to be the golden window for the shrimp to be happy and swimming around and grazing and being shrimp. And it works. And I don't count. Reporting from the inside of Papa Shrimp's tanks. Back to you, Jerry. On that note, it is that time, and I can't thank you enough for being here and having some fun and learning and sharing your knowledge, Cherie, and every one of you in here that has so much great information. You make it awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We'll see you again next week. We'll do this again, definitely. Um, I missed you while I was away, and thank you for everything again. Peace out. See you later next week. Keeping it shrimple. Laters.